Hey everybody, welcome to day 6 of my 31 days, and unfortunately I am falling behind in the uploading of the videos, and so we will try to get caught up back up to speed. So let's start off with a quick way of the house rules that I have generated for the players in my role-playing campaign to generate their character. So basically I just asked the players what kind of characters did they want to play. Do you want to play caster, techie, fighter? You know, with the one thing with the Palladium universe is that, or slash, actually not universe but megaverse, is that there are plenty of OCCs and RCCs for these people to choose from and pick from to choose their stats. In this situation, I'll just show you how to roll up the stats for a typical human type character, and we'll just do the simplest, which would be like a fighter type character. We'll go with a coalition soldier, and fortunately for a coalition soldier, there really is no minimum requirements as far as for the stats, but being a character, being like a player who would want to play a character who would be more combat oriented, would like to make sure that that character can actually perform in such a case. Or if I want to have a combat oriented guy who might not be that strong but more intelligent, I still have that ability to choose that. And so we'll just go ahead and get started right away with the creation, the quick way how to roll up the stats for the character that you want to play. And again, this is the house rule system that I have used and found it to be more more capable for the players who are actually playing in the games. So in the Megaverse of Palladium system, there is 8 attributes: the IQ of the character, the mental endurance of a character, the mental affinity of the character, physical strength, physical prowess, physical endurance, physical beauty, and natural speed. Now, in my mindset, I want to have a combat player that's a little bit more thinking and quick on their feet, and I really don't want to have, so if in that case I don't want to have a character that's going to end up rolling 3 for an IQ and a physical prowess of 3. I mean, that would completely shoot down the idea of what I would want for a character, and this would shoot down the idea of what a player would want for their character and may force them to play something that they don't want to play. So why do that? This is really not anything part of the instant gratification of today's system. It's just something that is more beneficial to the game in whole. So there's these 8 stats. A typical human being gets 3d6 per stat. If any of their stats are 16 to 18, they get an additional 1d6 to add to that stat. So, in knowing that there's 8 attributes here, I have the player roll 3d6 8 times and pool all the stats together. And we'll just, for the sake of this, we'll say that the player has rolled an average of 10 points per attribute. So 10 points per attribute leaves the player with 80 points, attribute points to define your character. Now again, I want to have, like I said, I want the character to be somewhat smart and quick on their feet. So to do this, the main core things I want is, let's say we'll go with a bare minimum of 16 for the IQ. Want to have a better prowess, so we'll max that out with an 18. And then for raw natural speed, we'll go ahead and put 18 on that. So now with the rest of the attributes, I'll just place whatever points I feel are needed in order to round out the character. These were the primary items that I wanted. Now, after finishing the rest of the attributes for the character, so the stats have been finished out with the remaining points from the 80. And again, we had a 16 for the IQ. With remaining points, put 4 towards the mental endurance, 2 through the mental affinity, 8 for the strength, 12 for the physical endurance, 2 for the physical beauty, and of course we had our speed for 8. So in this, I have 3 attributes that are of 16, 18, and 18, which allows me to give 1 more die for each. So in the bonus area, I allow the player to roll those. We got another 10. 1, 5, and 4. That goes into the bonus pool. So we got 10 points. And we'll go ahead and spend. The IQ is really actually just fine for what it is. And we'll go ahead and put +5 and +5 to the speed. So now we have the bonus points added, the additional points that could be placed on the physical endurance, speed, and even with some like other items that could increase the physical beauty. There's like add-ons from the Rifter and other skills can help boost a lot of those different attributes. But for me, as for making the character, my goal was to have a character that was smart, quick, reflexive ability, and fast. Those are the main attributes that were ideal for the character that I wanted to play. Not too good against long stress, mental fatigue. Not very charming, but I didn't really want the character to be. I wanted the character to be more of a supportive, action-oriented character. Physical strength of 8. That can be boosted a little bit with skill training, but not looking for the character to go arm wrestling with anybody. And then the speed, being able to dodge, acrobat, perform more of a physical brawl, have more of like a stealthy type character. The physical endurance for resistance to coma, poison, anything like that. And then the physical beauty, again, my intention for the character is not to be physically attracting characters or invoking any kind of charm. And then the speed, of course, again, is ideal. Wanted a character to be able to move faster than a normal person. And this is really just a quick, simple rundown of my house rule that I use for rolling up stats for a character. And I've done this for Dungeons and Dragons and also for Rifts. I've done this for Marvel. I just find it works better having a player have the type of character that they want to play. And even here, as you can see, if I averaged out the 80 points, I picked what was really needed, but then there's going to be areas where I'm going to be hurting in the game with the lower stats by not being able to manage prices and negotiation because of the low mental affinity and physical beauty. It's just not going to work out. Not going to be able to carry heavy gear for a lengthy amount of time because the character isn't physically really that strong. But being able to have higher level skills more immediately, and you don't get it with the 16, but it's just being more of a thinker type character will help out. So again, thanks for watching, and maybe something like this may be useful in your next campaign for players to create their characters.